Hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear sister.
Okay. So just to spare 5 minutes of your time, yesterday the finance minister shared with us, Dr. Atoforson shared with us some key areas. He talked about the COVID-19 levy being abolished. He also talked about the new VAT reforms to give back 6 billion to households. And then also they talked about governments completing the 10 Agenda 111 hospitals. Also talked about all schools from basic to secondary to purchase rice, maize, chicken, and eggs that are produced in Ghana only. And then he also talked about the construction of 3 modern sports stadia in 3 out of 8 regions that do not have stadiums. And then also, let me just give this final one, that inflation has fallen faster than anyone had imagined. What's your take on some of the comments that he made yesterday?
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so good morning to our cherished listeners and our cherished viewers on the various social media handles. Yes, so before the budget was read, I think you hosted me on one of your morning shows, and I gave my expectations as far as the upcoming budget is concerned. And in my expectations, I made myself I didn't try.
Hello, dog. Hello. Hello, dog. Okay, before we get Doc on the line, Albert, what do you think about the comments Dr. Forson made yesterday?
Well, I think one profound thing which Ghanaians were looking out for was the COVID-19 levy, which the
Exactly.
opposition were on them to abolish as they promised.
Yeah.
And finally, they've abolished it. And with the new stadia being brought on board, I think it's a welcoming news because these new regions are lack facilities, and the government going on there to construct new stadia for them, it's quite a novel project. And also
Yeah.
with the rice glut and the maize glut, the government allocating some funds on there too, it's something worth commending.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, when you make the comment about the stadia, I mean, I don't know. Do you think that it it will one way or the other bring back the love for football in Ghana?
well, bringing the love for football, it's on a different level, and putting infrastructure to those regions, it would contribute because these regions lack football infrastructure. Don't
Right.
forget that the previous administration were constructing a sports complex for the Volta region, and that was at a point abandoned. But I hope the government looks into it because it's a very important facility that has to be completed for the region to.
Yeah. Excellent. I'll come back to you, Albert.
Okay.
Dog.
Yes.
Sorry, we lost you for a minute. Kindly
Yes.
share with us what your take is. Yes.
Yes, so as I was saying, my key expectation before the budget was read was that I was actually expecting that the budget, that of 2026, is going to focus more on transforming the economy in terms of focusing on growth. And I think my expectations were met.
Excellent.
Specifically, one of the key tax components that I was expecting to be scrapped was the COVID-19 levy. And indeed, the finance minister did justice to that, and that is expected to put about 6 billion plus Ghana cedis into the pockets of the ordinary Ghanaians
Yes.
and businesses. And
Yes.
so that is very, very key. Now, in terms of agriculture, I heard him talking about the construction of the farm service center, which is very, very key in transforming our agricultural sector, simply because, one single farm service center is able to provide a one-stop shop kind of services to farmers in very strategic agricultural production areas. And so there you can see that there could be access to, finance for agriculture in terms of soft loans.
Mm.
There could be also, access to input, agricultural input at a very affordable rate, access to mechanization, and so forth. So that is very, very key. Now, I heard him also talking about the construction of sports stadia.
Yes.
That is very key. Look, all over the world, we can see that football or sports have created a lot of jobs and have made a lot of our TV youth across the globe very, very wealthy or rich. And so it is in the right direction that government will focus also on the sporting activities as far as the country is concerned. And so putting up about 3 or 4, sports stadia for regions that do not have any facilities of such is very, very key, because that comes with both direct and then indirect jobs, as you can all see. Whenever, for example, Black Stars are playing matches, people sell some sort of souvenirs in terms of jerseys, Ghana flags, and other paraphernalia, and all of that. That is very, very key. Food vendors are also to send their products over there for people to buy, and all of that. These are some of the indirect jobs. The direct jobs here we're talking about, the youth who are talented, getting access to explore and make, economic use of their talents and all of that. At the regional level, then we can even put the best product in terms of talent and then pull them together to form a national team to compete at the global level, which also will bring some sort of economic gain to the country. Because whenever they go for such tournaments, what happens is that at every stage there is some sort of amount that is paid to a country or a team. And so this is also a very key kind of investment that the government, if followed, will actually to the benefit of the country. Aside that, even the construction of the stadium will also bring some sort of immediate direct jobs in terms of contractors getting contracts, and when they get the contract, they hire masons, plumbers, and steel benders, and all the artisans that you can think in the construction chain, also having access to direct jobs for that matter. So that is very, very key. Now, in summary, I think everybody can see that it was crystal clear that the government, as far as 2026 budget is concerned, is focusing on transforming the economy in terms of ensuring that there's growth. Just as we have been able to stabilize the economy in the year 2025. I think, as I said in studio about 3 days ago, the purpose is to transform the economy in terms of bringing, growth-related policies or growth-oriented policies that will help expand the economy and then ensure that government also gets immediate revenue.
Doc, let me ask this question. I asked a question earlier that do you think the stadia can bring back the love for football? And my co-host Albert mentioned that in a way it can, or it has a way of doing that. I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
Absolutely, to bring back the love, because you could see that only few regions have benefited from the construction of stadium. That even happened somewhere in the year 2008. That is the count 2008. And we all saw, it was evident that residents in such regions that benefited from such infrastructure had their desires and then their taste boosted when it comes to the sport, be it football or any kind of sporting activity. And so, when we get sports stadia in other regions that do not have such facilities, one, talent over there, talent in such regions, which or who, in actual situations, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to even demonstrate their talent, will have access to such an infrastructure and then go there to demonstrate their talent. That will open doors for them to make economic gains out of their talent. That is number one. Number two, I made mention of indirect, kind of economic benefits, such as people going there to make some sort of other business, whenever such sporting activities are ongoing. And number three, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy, as we all know from our basic education. Now, if a region has such a stadium, you will see that teams, like sporting teams in terms of football clubs, will begin to emerge from such regions. And as a result of that, on weekends, people where they are not going to, where they are not going to embark in any economic activity in terms of work, will spend their weekends being at the stadium to entertain themselves out of the sporting activities. And in that, you will see that the interest and the desire of people in sporting activity, especially football, will be whipped up that again.
Right. So I mean, I think that your points are clearly made. I think that I also agree that it's going to bring back the love of football, and I also love the idea that your comment about also allowing citizens have their businesses. So those who are selling food and the paraphernalia and all that will get an opportunity to also make money by having this business around the stadium. And Doc, also VAT's coming down to 20%. I don't know, do you think that it's a good margin, or it could have been better?
I think for now it is good, because you see, we need to maintain balance between giving relief to businesses and also government also trying to rake in revenue for the development of our nation. So 20%, I think the finance minister, the team maybe have done some sort of founded empirical calculations to know that maybe the 20% level is the optimal level that we can have in the nation, where I think in their mind they were trying to ensure that businesses are giving the relief that they want or they need or they require, and then government also is able to rake in the required amount of revenue to embark on capital expenditures that have been outlined in the budget, and also do other social commitment to the people in terms of the social protection policies that we have, for example, the free sanitary, whatever. All these things require money. And so I wasn't expecting the government to be reducing taxes at a level where it will also be inimical to the growth of the country as far as raking or mobilizing revenue is concerned. So in my humble opinion, I think, of course, businesses will require that even you give them 0%, but that also cannot be economically rational. And so the 20%, I think, actually it's a good starting point, in my humble opinion.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc, for making time with us this morning. We really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, my sister.
All right. And that was Dr. Essilfie sharing his opinion about Dr. Atuforsen's delivery of the 2026 budget yesterday. Up next, we'll have the roundtable conversation. But before then, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
This is